If you don't do any plastic surgery, face reading can be easily 70-75% accurate. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You can tell a lot by just looking at the face.
Just looking at the face, you know that person, you want to be his friend or not. Whether you want him to be your partner or not. Very fast. Some have bad mole, for example. Mole also have good and bad. Read my books. We talk about a lot of moles. Wow, you are really giving me a tough question.
Chinese metaphysics has always been an interesting field of study for many. So today, we welcome international Feng Shui consultant, Master Ben, to our Kanyin studio. Hello, Master Ben. Thank you for coming. And so, as you can see, Master Ben is here today with his new book, The Secrets of a Winning Face, a step-by-step guide to mastering face reading. So, Master Ben, perhaps can you tell the audience about a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Master Ben from Feng Shui Destiny. I'm the author of this, The Secret of a Winning Face. This is my first book. I'm going to have more books in Bazi and Feng Shui. I've been 20 years in Feng Shui consultation. Therefore, I'm very experienced in personal consultation and Feng Shui consultation. And thank you for inviting me to have a short interview and short talk, introduce ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. So this is your first book, and then you started it with face reading. Right. So can you tell us what is the science behind face reading? How accurate it is?
All right. Face reading is part of the metaphysics. There's a scientific name for it called fengshui. And if you already trace back 1,000 years ago, Chinese already started face reading, but they are very much in the TCM. We call it traditional Chinese medicine usage. That means they use face reading to determine the person whether sick, how heavy are they, and so forth. Even in Arab, there's a writer called Al-Nazir, and he also using face reading or face feature to do medicine. And that time they call it visual science. That means it's part of science and part of arts. So you can say that they have a long history. It's been used in traditional medicine and also in metaphysics consultation. Even India also have astrology and face reading too, but Chinese is the best, especially during warring stage time. Face reading is very popular, and if the accuracy is quite good, I would say that if you don't do any plastic surgery, face reading can be easily 70-75% accurate. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, later we'll come back at the plastic surgery. Yeah. So my second question is that, can you briefly tell us, so what does our face features like eyes, ears,
All right.
so represents?
Yeah. In Chinese, the first thing you see, face reading is one of the best in metaphysics. Some call it Feng Shui or German Shui, whatever is it, but the actual words is called metaphysics. Interesting is, because face reading, you don't even have to involve in a person's privacy. You don't have to ask for birth date. You don't have to ask him the personal time. Straight away on the face feature, the 5 organs of the face, you already have 60-65% of the person information. Now, I explain it in a very general term, but very fast way. First and foremost, when we talk about face feature, you have 3 very important information. Number 1 is the age. So we have top part, 1 year old to 35 years old. The middle part is 35 or 36 to 55. The top part, we call it mani, meaning the later age, which is 55 to 100 years old. So from there straight away, you know, you see, a person can never have balanced face. Either their middle part are very long or the bottom part. So you can see which age is the best longevity and health. Okay, based on the 5 organs, we know that we have eyes, nose, mouth, ear. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And where's the other one? The other one actually is on the top, all right? We call it the forehead. Now, the forehead tell us whether the person are happy, have a happy life, have a young age, a childhood age. Then The eyes normally tell us the energy, and whether the person is very fierce, have very positive energy. You can see from the eyes, when the eyes express the energy out. So we call it 眼神. Then you have the nose. The nose actually have two very important parts, which is the wealth, what they call 財帛宮, and also our sibling. Okay, so you can straight away from the nose whether that person is rich or not. Ear is a very interesting part. Ear, because both ear normally during young age, straight away you know that whether the person is trustworthy or not. Wow. Meaning from the ear straight away you know that, oh, the person, I want to be his friend because he's very trustworthy, he's very loyal, and he also long life. Mouth represent, mouth is used, the mouth organ is for eating. So it's for taste, for emotion. Whether the person is very cold means cold-hearted, whether he's very calm, or whether he's very hot-tempered. So the 5 organ generally can tell you a lot of information already. That's why the 5 organ is very important. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You can tell a lot by just looking at the face.
Just
already.
looking at the face, you know that person, you want to be his friend or not. Whether you want him to be your partner or not. Very fast.
Maybe this is somewhat related to sometimes when you see someone 合眼緣, maybe because of this also, is it?
This is interesting comment. I will say that 合眼緣 in actual fact, no. Because people are very, if in Mandarin we call it 唯美主義. People want to see handsome boy, pretty girls. When you see a handsome boy, pretty girls on social media, you tend to follow. When you see an ugly person, very old person, normally the interests are not there. So you can see the appearance actually play an important part. Yep.
Okay. So I also noticed there's one chapter in the book that talks about 12 palace.
Right. Because beside the 5 organs, when people come for consultation, normally they want to know the 12 items, the 12 incidents that very close to our heart. That is our wife, we talk about spouse or partner, relationship. We want to talk about whether we have money, we have wealth or not, whether we are healthy or not. And then also we want to know our sibling. Also we want to know our children. These are the 12 areas that people want to know. That's why you call it 12 palaces. So of the 12 palaces, straight away, you already systematically, we call it step by step, to tell your audience, to tell the person who are coming for consultation, what he wants to know. You don't even need to ask him questions. You already tell most of the information she or he want to know. Because these are very close to our heart, isn't it? Our partner, our boyfriend, whether we are rich or not, whether our saving account is good or not, isn't it? Whether we are healthy or not, whether we have good career or not. These are very close to our heart. These are the must-know items. So that's why we all spell out in the 12 palettes.
I see.
If I put it very fast, because these 12 palettes are very useful, because it's not only in Feng Shui reading, it's also in 奇门遁甲, it's also in 紫微斗数. 紫微斗数 are for personal profiling. Personal profiling means personal consultation. Normally we are very fast. We call it 命凶父子财折签有事田夫妇. Straight away, I already talk about the 12 palettes already. But then they are step by step. So you don't jumble up. So you the audience or the customer or the friend will be very keen and very interested to know. Because we arrange it very systematically.
Okay. So, but when it comes to face reading, I mean, does it really does it apply to a certain age up? I mean, young children.
Wow, that's a very interesting question. That this question always posed to me most of the time. People say, is it good to do face reading when you're young, or was it in the old senior age? My advice is very simple. Face reading and palmistry, that means palm reading, they can change because both of them cannot change. But 八字 means 紫微斗数 cannot change. But face, hand will change. So you don't have particular age to read. But I always say young age is the best time to read. That means before 25 years old. You know what? Because after you graduate from university, normally it's 24, 25 years old. So before that, normally you don't have money to do plastic surgery. You don't have to do a lot of cosmetic, very expensive cosmetic. So you don't change the face so much. So it's very, very genuine to read a young face. When you are getting senior, you know that when you are very rich, the whole face can change. You won't have put up a lot of ICI, you get put up a lot of cosmetic, and you make the whole face different. So, but then it's a little bit changed already. That means you sometimes certain part are already altered, already amended, already changed, so you cannot read. So when you're before 25, 1 years old to 25 years old, are very genuine face. As senior, you can read, but then certain information may be hidden because maybe the nose already changed, maybe the mouth already changed, the ear changed. Even the face, you can have buttocks, you have eyebrows, embroidery. You know, girls are very good in beautify her face.
Okay. So when you say about face reading, it's about understanding yourself better, is it? What's your advantage? What's your shortness? What's your weakness? Or what's your strength is?
To know face reading, if you are interested in metaphysics means Feng Shui or personal consultation, all this personal data, personal reading, it's good to have face reading because you are constantly meeting people every day. So from the face, you straight away already knows, as I say, a certain percentage, maybe 40% to 65% information of that person. So if you know that person, just like I just mentioned, but a lot of people don't like, whether the person is loyal, whether it's trustworthy, that's very important because you constantly make friends, all right? So if the person are very nasty, very, very bad temper, so you don't disturb them straight away. First impression, first reading is very important. So face reading is very important in metaphysics.
Oh, okay. So I was starting to get an understanding. It's about the face reader is not really using on myself, but for me to use as a tool.
Yep, as a tool to do some reading or analysis of a person, character, trustworthiness, tempers, character, health. That's very good information. Yep.
Okay, so I think then this question may not apply at all because I was going to ask, can we really change? I mean, like Feng Shui, is that if you want to get wealthier, more fortunes, then maybe you put plants here. Your door has to face what direction or
where you
blah,
do
blah,
formula,
blah.
you do rectify.
So when it comes to face reading, is there a way to improve it? Can we do? I mean, like how? What if a person make a plastic surgery?
Yes.
Can one?
Yes. People will always ask me, is it good to do beautify your face? I say, especially girls, go ahead. Because I ask you a simple question. You go for interview, same qualification, same certificate, same experience, but ABC girl, but the girl are more pretty, more friendly face, especially when she have a good ear. The chances you get selected is higher than the other two. If everything is same, so that's qualification is same, experience same. You know that people tend to, we all human are called 唯美主义. You want pretty face, you want handsome boy. You cannot deny. Don't tell me. That's why you see why people like to see Korean movie and drama because 師奶殺手啊, all handsome boy, and you like it, it look so pleasant. That's why I also advise, go ahead. Don't think that this is not genuine. I mean, by a little bit of touch up your face, meaning for example, some have pimples, some have broken eyebrows, some maybe have a face got scar. Go and do it. Some have bad mold, for example. Mold also have good and bad. Read my books. we talk about a lot of molds. Go ahead. I always encourage. Even master also do eyebrows. What's wrong with that? But already not so dark already. Yes, because this is our spouse palettes. If I want to have good relationship with my wife, I want to make sure I got good eyebrows, isn't it? So What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with it, isn't it? Beauty and make yourself look better. No harm. There's no harm of it. Go ahead.
I see.
Look pretty.
Ah,
Nose is most important because a lot of girls like sharp nose, especially sharp jaws. Because we want, as I mentioned just now, younger age, middle age, older age, senior age, silver age. This, the longest, the better. Then you have a better life, you know. It's no good to have, yeah, you look very pretty to have 10 年, isn't it? But here, when it's too sharp, no good. Especially here with the sharp. Just how I say, nose is important. The wealth, we say the wealth palace, here is sibling, here is health, but the whole nose is wealth, choi bak. Choi bak, we want to have meat here, that means oyao yok.
yo.
You want to have flesh. You don't want to have sharp, very deep nose. Because we are not European. The nose changes because of the oxygen and also the weather. Asale, I'm talking about Westerner, they have sharp nose because they don't need so much oxygen.
Huh? Wow, that's the science behind it.
Yep. Negro and Asian want their big nose because we want to breathe more oxygen. So you need a big nose, especially big hole, isn't it? You look at Africa, they all have big hole. Why? Because they need more oxygen because it's very hot, very humid. So that also, even the plants, you know, what the plant, the food we eat also affect us. So never admire people have, you know, those Westerner nose. It's because of your weather. Same Chinese, you look at northern part of China, Harbin, Heilongjiang, they all have beautiful features.
They are more like 有点 mix.
Yeah, because they mix with Siberia and Russian also. But then somehow, also because of the weather. Our here, you have no choice, you need big nose to breathe. But it's good because it's choi bak kung, you know. You have good wealth. Isn't it? Very interesting. You got a lot of information. You got a lot of reason to do face reading and to understand a person from the face. And also, as Master said, go and beautify yourself with your money. Because it's help. The first impression, isn't it? People want to mix with a good-looking person. Don't tell me all those I don't believe one. Deep inside the heart, they also want to have beautiful face, handsome face. But we can't help it because you're born with it. So what you do? Hou Tian, that means later heaven, you improve yourself. Isn't it? Face reading, very interesting.
True, very interesting. Okay, so last question is like, okay, so how does face reading helps us in our career or social life or relationship? How does mastering this knowledge up?
Yes, because nobody have a perfect face. Okay, even master also don't have perfect face, but I still proud of my ears. Nobody have perfect face. So what you have is you have strength, you have weaknesses. That means 你有强项跟弱点. So what you do is you show your strength because that's where you're good at. You cover your weakness because once you read, you know. I have seen some movie star. The ears are like they said, 雞公耳. That means the ears are sharp like a red, you know, protruding out. The best ear is stick to your face. Those are called best ear. But nobody has perfect, as I say. So
To your face, that means that keep to.
对面孩儿以耳朵贴头是好的福相. Meaning when a child walk in towards me, when I see his ear is stick to his head, then I know this is a very good fortune child. Now, those movie stars, as I say, when they have sharp ears, you see the Star Trek, that character, he has very sharp ears. I don't know what his name. Right here, very sharp ears. Those ears are not considered good. So what if we advise, knowing your weakness, you use your hair, as if you're a lady, cover it up. Don't show your ears, isn't it? Because you can't change your ear. So if you have pretty eyes, show your eyes, enhance it. Make it more outstanding, isn't it? Show your good point. Hide your weakness, because certain weakness you cannot change. If you cannot change, then hide it. Slowly it will change. The last but not least, this is very important to inform you is face and palm can change. Because Mandarin always have one statement, 相由心生. That means when your heart, you are having good heart, you do a lot of good deeds, you do charity, you help people, you're always very helpful to your colleagues, your friends, your family. The face change. The eyes also, certain Chinese words are English. I try very hard to translate, but cannot. 目露凶光. I try a lot of translation. I can only say that we showing our very strong energy, very cool energy. 目露凶光. Because those person normally the brain are not developed. Why you go to university is not to get a certificate. Is to collect more idea, study more knowledge. The more you study, the more you are more human, you're more friendly, you're more good-hearted. You will not be a murderer like Hong Kong. Okay. Because even you cut your head also, you say, "Ayu, isn't it?" But you remember to cut a body into different parts. You need very fierce mindset to do that, isn't it? That is called animal instinct. So meaning it's important knowing your face, what are the strong points. The best thing I will advise are train your heart. If you are good, because this is not knowledge, you're talking about good-hearted. As long as you're good-hearted, you're willing to help people, you are very good heart, very good to people, the face will change. It becomes a very pleasant, even though handsome doesn't matter, but very pleasant look. People like to close to you. For example, like Master, last time very serious one. You talk to me also, I don't choy you one. But then I learned that if you do that, you have no friends. Because people think that is 幸福很深, you don't want to express yourself. So to be friendly, good-hearted, help people, then you have more friends. Then your face will change. Even your eyes, 没有目露凶光的，目露善光. Alright? Yeah, it do play a part. It do play a part.
Okay, thank Master Ben, just curious lah. You see, because behind you there's few covers. So are these really like typical successful face?
Wow, you are really giving me a tough question. No need to say lah. All the research.
So that the
Englishman.
if I tell you 你有佢個鼻啊，你應該咁上下。
But I tell you one very good important point. I always study this. Jack Ma is one of my idol. Okay, Jack Ma, if you really trace his face from young, you were very surprised how he changed until now. When he's young, he's very naughty. If you really look at the photo, you go and do Google search. His face is very naughty, very fierce. But along the line, he changed. He changed. Not only making money, but he changed his character. And to be very honest, Jack Ma got a very good Feng Shui master. All have good Feng Shui master behind them. The casting also have good Feng Shui master. He has a very good Feng Shui master. I encourage everyone to read, because it's a must-read books where you can get answer of finding a good partner, a good relationship. These are very important because it affects your life, especially those single who are not married, all right? And those who want to have career, you want to change your job, then instead of the employer interview, you interview him indirectly in the sense that you're looking at the face, whether he's a good leader for you to follow, whether he is very good-hearted to give you good increments, isn't it? He interview you technically, you interview him physically. So the other very important things you need to know is when are you going to make your first million? I mean, when are you going to be rich? Everybody wants to know about making money because this is a material world, but I don't encourage good-hearted is also important. So by reading the books, you should be able, that not only interview your employer, your boss, you also interview, if you're not married, the next, whether he's trustworthy, whether he's a womanizer, whether he is, whether he blinkers. Next is to know whether this person really can be your nobleman, your guardian angel, your guardian to help you. Because we all are a little bit selfish, that we definitely want people to support us. We don't want to go and work like a slave for your next half, isn't it? We want two of you to complement each other, not only you work like a slave to fit him or her, isn't it? So by reading the face, you know whether there's a right, Mr. Right or Miss Right for you. Because that's very important. I actually regret during my certain age only I read these kind of things because by then I already married. So you cannot change. But before you marry, that's why I have a course called must study Feng Shui and Bazi course for you to understand the one you are dating or courting, whether he's your guardian angel, whether he's able to help you, whether he's good temple to help you, rather than you find a playboy, isn't it? Rather than you find a gambler, you end up sad life before you will make a choice, isn't it? So it's how important is face reading and metaphysics. Go and read my book. Go and buy the book and read. It's so easy to read compared to Bazi and Feng Shui because Bazi and Meifa, a lot of people say that Purple Star, Zhiwei Dou people say that it's a bit difficult to learn. Well, I don't dispute. So this is the most easiest one because this is even better than palmistry. Okay, palmistry is also good, but palmistry can change easily compared to faith. Line change is because we fold our hand. We work hard. For example, if you are hard labels, that means you are a guli. When you're guli, you are using your hand. So a lot of cut in your hand. So the line change, doesn't it? But the face don't change because you don't cut your face so often. So the hand are not so accurate compared to face. Face is one of the best. Come and read my books. Don't hesitate because once in a lifetime, it took me a long time to write this book. Enjoy it. Easy to read compared to Bazi and Zhiwei Dou. Thank you very much.
Thank
I hope you enjoy reading the books.
you so much, Master Ben.